Hello fellow crypto bros, my name is Sam and today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin NFTs. What are they? Are they worth getting into? And should you potentially hop on the trend? In today's video we'll be covering 4 topics. Number 1, what are Bitcoin NFTs? Number 2, the ups and downs. Number 3, my personal opinion on it. And number 4, what my personal strategy is. I just want to say something before we begin this video. I'm not a financial advisor, so be sure to do your own research, take everything I say with a grain of salt. But without further ado, let's begin. To start off, I'll just get this out of the way. Bitcoin NFTs are not like your normal NFTs. They're not like where you just go on OpenSea or Blur and you just go on there, make an NFT or buy an NFT. Do keep in mind Bitcoin does not actually have any smart contracts. While it is a new asset, comparing it to other coins that are newer and more advanced, it does seem a little bit slow and a little bit older. Now I've discussed what Bitcoin NFTs are, I'm not going to go in a full 30-minute video on what it actually is and the code behind it and everything. If you want to watch a video, that is a different video. This is just a summary of my opinion and I'm just giving a rough summary of what Bitcoin NFTs are. So basically storing it on a cold wallet is not hard. That is a 12-word seed phrase. So you've got Trust Wallet and Exodus, those are 12-word seed phrase apps. So basically what you do is you download Xverse, which is just the traditional one that people use, and you make a wallet and you receive Bitcoin NFTs. Easy as that, simple. But storing NFTs, basically storing NFTs is not easy on a ledger or a Trezor. Basically, Bitcoin NFTs are so new that there is no actual official feature. So if you want to store it on a hardware wallet, you actually have to go through a lot of steps. Receiving them isn't too difficult. It's not actually that bad, but then sending it and managing it is really difficult. Honestly, I would recommend not doing it because it's very risky. And also Ledger recommends not doing it as well because it's just so risky. So I would recommend if you have a Ledger or a Trezor, I have a Ledger, so I'm just going to speak for ledgers. I would wait for the official ledger to make it a feature for storing Bitcoin NFTs, and then they'll make it where you can manage it on Ledger Live and all these different things. In fact, I made a Reddit post asking Ledger if they will be making it a feature, and they never said no. While they never said yes, they did say that they have their eyes on it. So it's just a simple matter of time until they make it a feature. So now you know what Bitcoin NFTs are, now you know the differences between Bitcoin NFTs and also storing them. Now, what are the ups and downs of Bitcoin NFTs? Now, there's not a lot of ups for Bitcoin NFTs specifically because it's going to be really hard to make utilities since there's no smart contracts. So it's going to be a bit difficult for devs to make use of Bitcoin NFTs rather than just being an image. But a big plus is that since Bitcoin is not controlled by any human, like Ethereum is controlled by the devs, Solana is controlled by the devs, but Bitcoin NFTs and Bitcoin as a whole is not controlled by any human being. Nobody has full control over Bitcoin. So this means that nobody can really mess with it and nobody can just rug pull or steal your Bitcoin NFT. But with Ethereum or Solana, if the devs were to dump the project, it would instantly die. That's not going to happen with Bitcoin because who's going to dump it? Nobody. So that's a big up about Bitcoin NFTs. Another up is that it's overall, for a collector's point of view, it's really cool to own an NFT on the Bitcoin chain. And eventually when there'll be collections forming and there'll be different styles and known collections, though owning those will be a flex. People will like it as a flex. Now what do I mean a flex? Well, there's this thing called a profile picture NFTs. These are pretty much the most known NFTs. It's where it's basically a little character and it's made to be a profile picture. So why people love this so much is because they can buy an NFT. It can be worth hundreds or thousands or $100,000 and they can flex it on their Twitter profile, on their Discord profile. And the good news is they own it. So if other people have that as their profile picture, they know this guy's, it's not his. So it's a bit of a flex. Now, I've been in the NFT space for around 8 months now, and I know that if something is remotely cool, people will really like it. There's a specific collection, which I'm not going to name because I don't want to go ahead and name collections out there, but there's a collection that I know, and purely the devs did nothing for it, it just looked cool, so people liked it. And the same will happen with Bitcoin NFTs. There will be collections that will form original art and people will like it, especially if it's a profile picture art and then you build communities around it, people are going to really like that, especially for that genre of people who like it as a profile picture. Now those are a few ups. The problem about Bitcoin NFTs is there's not much potential with it. While people are going crazy over it, while we still are early and it's easy to say that the potential has not been unlocked, there's not going to be a lot to do. There's no smart contracts with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is super slow. I tried to buy a Bitcoin NFT. There were like 3 cheap ones on the floor price. And by the time I got the Bitcoin to my wallet, which took 10 minutes for it to send, and then to buy it, someone beat it to me. So I was like, okay, I'll just buy the next one. And then someone beat it to me again. And people just kept on beating me. I had to buy the 4th cheapest one because of how slow Bitcoin was. That would not happen if that was Solana, MATIC, or heck, even Ethereum. So now we've covered what Bitcoin NFTs are and what the ups and downs are. Now we're going to cover my opinion. Now I'm just going to make this as short as possible. I think Bitcoin NFTs are great. I think they will excel in a certain area, which is profile picture NFTs, and I think they'll do an amazing job in that area. All we need is just more growth, and you just got to give it time. You can't really just force it. You just got to give it time, wait, and it'll eventually grow. In the last 3 weeks, we have seen so much growth for Bitcoin NFTs, and honestly, if we come back in 6 months, we'll think, oh my goodness, 6 months ago, which is now, we'll think, oh, that was barely anything. We didn't even know what was coming because it was just so much potential. So that's my opinion for Bitcoin NFTs, just short and simple. Now, my strategy. Now, okay, this is my first video on my YouTube channel, and I do not want my YouTube channel to be where I start naming collections and shilling projects, because nobody really likes those YouTube channels. What I want to do is give factual information, guide you through what a certain topic is, and then give my opinion on it. So I'm not going to go ham with this. If you really want to know my opinion, you can feel free to ask me, just message me on Twitter, ask me in the comments. I would probably leave an email where you can email me. So if you want to ask for my strategy, you can, just feel free to. Right now, I'm holding 1 Bitcoin ape. I was previously holding 2, but I bought one that it was really rare for a cheap price, and I got a nice 2.1x on it. So I'm really happy with that. But right now I'm just holding 1 Bitcoin ape. I'm going to keep my eye out for other Bitcoin projects. Just right now, I don't really see any projects that have a stable, long-lasting roadmap. So they don't have to do crazy utility, just they need a purpose to be there in 3 years' time. So that's my strategy. To wrap up this video, if you enjoyed this video or if you want to support me at all, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. And if you want to go the extra mile, I actually do accept tips. Yes, I know, it's crazy. So as you can see, there's a QR code on screen. That is a Bitcoin address. If you would like to tip me some Bitcoin, you can. And in the description, I have ADA, ETH, Solana, Polygon, all these different addresses. If you would like to tip me, I would greatly appreciate it, but please do not feel pressured. It's just if you want to go the extra mile. But with that all said, take care and have a good one.